place to be, and here's perhaps the place not to be, right? You look at the Pacific and the forecast that we have for this upcoming hurricane season. In the Eastern Pacific, it begins on May the 15th, so just a couple of days away. Here's what our forecast is calling for. We use what's called the ECMWF. That's just a big fancy way of saying the European model. And notice that they're forecasting 10 hurricanes on average in the Pacific, the Eastern Pacific. We see 8. So what's that means? That means that we're expecting an above average season versus the Atlantic Ocean, right? That does include the Gulf of America and the Caribbean Sea, where the forecast models is projecting 6 hurricanes this hurricane season. And note that 7 is the average. So what this means is that in the Atlantic, we're expecting a below average season. Let's do a quick little deep dive, right? We're going to go into the weeds, if you will, on this one. So right now in the Atlantic, there's no trouble. There's no tropical development that's expected in the next 7 days, which is great news. We look at some of the ingredients behind that. Of course, the sea surface temperatures. And note all this green, right? That represents temperatures in the 60s and 70s. That's way too chilly for tropical development. See all that blue? That blue just means that compared to average, the temperature's not just there, but also in parts of the Caribbean Sea and certainly in the Gulf of America right now, too cold. Right? You think about yourself, if you jump into a cold plunge, what do you want to do? You want to get out. You don't want to stay in there, right? It's too cold. However, if you're in a hot tub, right, you really want to luxuriate in that hot tub. So do tropical systems. Not right now, though. And the projection in the forecast is calling for temperatures in the Pacific Ocean. Right now, no tropical activity, but you look at the temperatures and look at how warm it is just south of Cabo San Lucas. Relatively normal for this time of the year. You look at Cabo and then compared to where normal is right now between LA and Cabo, and it's warm, but it's nothing right now that is exceptional. We are expecting that to change, though. Here's what the forecast is calling for. Again, the ECMWF model is calling for a Super El Niño. Basically, what that means is super warming, lots of warming in the equatorial regions of the Pacific Ocean. You can see it right here. Remember that analogy that I just was talking about, how in a hot tub, right, tropical systems thrive and do really well? Well, look at that band. We're expecting that to be a really warm area this year, and that could lead to more intense and more frequent tropical storms and hurricanes in the Pacific Basin. So the Pacific Basin, we're expecting an above average season in terms of tropical activity versus in the Atlantic Ocean, right? It includes the Caribbean Sea, includes the Gulf of America. We're expecting a below average tropical season. One of the reasons is because we're expecting the winds upstairs, right, for lack of a better analogy, to decapitate storms that form. So it's not going to be a very conducive environment for storms to develop and thrive, is what the projection is right now. We'll see what happens. We have months for this to change, right? In the Atlantic, when we do have our first name storm, it would be Arthur followed by Bertha. In the Eastern Pacific, it would be Amanda followed by Boris. We'll see what happens, but let's get a better analysis, right? Melanie actually had an opportunity to speak with Fox Weather hurricane specialist Brian Norcross yesterday, and he had an interesting update for us on the 2026 hurricane season. Listen to this.
But I did want to show you what we're going to have this year, and that is we're going to have a confidence, 90% confidence kind of cone-ish thing from Google on top of the regular cone. Remember, the regular cone is a 67% chance, or 2/3 chance it stays inside that cone. This is a 90% chance. So just to introduce you to one of the things coming from the Google DeepMind folks this year that will have part of our hurricane set of tools.
It's always great for meteorologists to have more tools. If you remember last year, that's when Google launched DeepMind. So this uses AI, artificial intelligence, in an effort to increase the accuracy of hurricane forecasts when we're examining the track as well as the intensity. So Brian Norcross was actually an advisor to the Google team that developed the model. So as we look at the overall 90% cone, that's just going to be another addition to one of the things that we can use to help to give you a better forecast when the season is ongoing. and you look at the forecast cone, so the storm center stays inside of the cone about 2/3 of the time, but it's always good to remember that these impacts can extend well outside of the cone. And as we take a closer look at some of the impacts or some of the changes that we've seen with the cone over the years, you can look specifically back to 2024. This was an example of what the forecasted cone was, but meteorologists and scientists were always trying to get a little bit better, right, and see improvements with our forecasts and get more accurate. So last year, this was the change. The cone became 3 to 5% smaller to help with more of the accuracy. Now, as we mention this cone, you see it, you think, well, what does that mean for me if I do see it and it's approaching my area? As we are day 6 and day 5, you want to monitor the current conditions. Day 4 and day 3 are going to be your final preparation days. We're still about 24 days out from the start of hurricane season, so now would be a good time to even start those preparations. But those final preparations occurred day 4 and day 5. By day 2, this is crucial to evacuate, and day 1, landfall, are obviously going to be your danger days. The average time that it takes to reach the U.S., when you look at this overall impact, 10+ days, that's when you're seeing this later in the season, when you have waves coming off the African coast, you have that amount of lead time. So there's definitely a lot that we can hone in on our forecast rather than if we're, say, in June and you have the potential for some of those homegrown storms, which give you less of a lead time across the southeast and in the Gulf.